that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You guys know the deal. We're trying to keep you up to date. Everything coming out of Knoxville. There's news breaking every single day. We're doing live streams, but also trying to drop a few videos to keep you guys updated. But I would appreciate it. I'm glad that you're here. Do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. It helps drive the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. The basketball game tonight was canceled, so Dauber and JP won't be doing the post-game show. But make sure you're subscribed so you know when they are going to go live, getting you all that ball hoops information. Also, a few random football streams popping up from time to time. But let's jump into it. Let's get into the meat of this short video, and that is this. You guys probably have already seen it by now, but the news has broke. Ex-Auburn defensive coordinator Kevin Steele joining Tennessee football, according to Chris Lowe of ESPN.com. You know, this is something we touched on it last night during the live stream because Austin Price from VolQuest.com broke the news that they were in the works. They were working towards signing Kevin Steele to a defensive assistant position. And that's something I want to get into as we kind of go through this article. Defensive assistant. That's very interesting to me. Very interesting that he would take an assistant position. But let's look at the article from Chris Lowe of ESPN.com. Again, former Auburn defensive coordinator Kevin Steele has agreed to a deal to join the Tennessee football coaching staff, sources told ESPN. Steele, 62, was Auburn's defensive coordinator the past 5 seasons, but was not retained by new Auburn head coach. And again, let's go into this, and then we'll kind of go back to that. Steele, a finalist for the Burroughs Award as the top assistant coach in college football during the 2017 season. Has deep Tennessee ties. He played at Tennessee and started his coaching career at Tennessee, both under Johnny Majors. And that's right. And let me say this. I am glad that Kevin Steele is coming back to the Hill. I'm excited about it. He's a ball coach. He's a defensive-minded ball coach, and that's what this program needs. But, yeah, he did play in the 70s as a linebacker. He was an assistant in 80-81, and then he was a linebackers coach in 82. And then he came back for the 87-88 season as a defensive backs coach. But the question is this, something that is very interesting to me is the fact that you're talking about a guy that has been a defensive coordinator for the past 5 seasons and also a guy that was in the mix. He was in the mix when Jeremy Pruitt was hired to be the head coach in Tennessee. He's a name that always comes up when you're talking about coaching searches in Knoxville. Why would this guy that was in the mix to be the head coach, why would this guy that has been Auburn's defensive coordinator for the past 5 seasons, why would this guy take a position as an assistant, a defensive assistant? Is it something to do with the buyout? Is it something to do with his contract still getting paid by Auburn? I don't know. It's very, very, very interesting. The article goes on to say, while at Auburn, Steele's defense is finished in the top 20 nationally in scoring defense in 4 of his 5 seasons. Widely considered to be one of the top recruiters in the country, and has worked for some of the biggest names in college football. And this where it kind of goes into the buyout here. Auburn owes Steele a little more than $5 million from the contract he signed last January, which at the time made him the highest paid defensive coordinator in college football. Highest paid defensive coordinator. So again, why is a guy that is so coveted as a defensive coordinator going to take an assistant position? Very interesting. I don't know what's going on in Knoxville. I do want to say this. I would lean towards, I would think, we have a group text going on, the Talkin VAWLS guys, and also welcome the Indy Kid back to the Talkin VAWLS family. He is going to be full-time co-host for the post-game shows, the Wednesday shows, everything coming your way with the live stream. So welcome the Indy Kid back. But again, we have a group text. We were kind of talking about this. What does this mean? What does this hire mean? When just a few days ago, we were talking about a hiring freeze in Knoxville, that Jeremy Pruitt, the investigation that's ongoing, is not allowed to make any coaching changes, any hires, any contracts. And just a few days later, here comes Kevin Steele back to the Hill. What does that mean? Well, I guess you would start by saying, is Jeremy Pruitt now officially back for 2021? And we don't know that. We don't know what's going to happen. But I would lean towards saying that he is going to be back. Now, that said, if Jeremy Pruitt is going to be back, what does he need to do? We talked about this a little bit last night as well on the live stream. What does he need to do to get this thing going in the right direction? Well, first is he needs to bring in ball coaches. And I think that starts with Kevin Steele. But also something you got to look at is T. Martin and Niedermeyer. Are they going to be out the door? Very, very, very possible. Very possible. You also have an offensive line coach that you still need to hire. You're down a defensive line coach. What does this Kevin Steele hire mean for Derek Ansley? Is he going to be the defensive coordinator next season? There's a lot of questions still out there. But if Kevin Steele is coming to this team as he is, all signs indicate this is a done deal. I would think that Jeremy Pruitt is back in 2021. Whether we like it, whether we dislike it, I don't know that it matters. I think that it is what it is. So is he going to get more than 1 year? Is he going to get 2021 and 2022? When you start talking about all these coaches I just mentioned coming and going, is he going to get extra time? I don't know. It's again, there's a lot of questions. It's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out. Kevin Steele also, what does this mean for the Auburn transfer, Big Cat Bryant? Everybody's talking about this kid entering the transfer portal. He was Auburn's captain this past season. And he has connections, obviously, through Kevin Steele, the defensive coordinator. But also, the name that keeps coming around is if Jeremy Pruitt's going to make a move for Kevin Steele, is Rodney Garner going to be right behind him? Is that another name we're going to see pop up? And if that's the case, how far behind them is Bryant, who also has a relationship with Shelton Felton? So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how all this comes to fruition. But again, going back to what I said, I'm excited about this hire. I don't know what it means for Jeremy Pruitt. We can speculate. We can say this, that, and the other. But I'm excited to see Kevin Steele coming back to the Hill. So again, we're going to see how all this shakes up. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Are you excited about the hire? What do you think this means for the future of Jeremy Pruitt? Let us know in the comments below. Again, make sure you do smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Just wanted to drop a quick video when the news broke, let you guys know. Again, we were speculating on it last night, but now it is official. Ex-Auburn defensive coordinator Kevin Steele back to the Hill. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
Those songs howl like weed, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we crawl home, and it's night and I'm alone and